Hey there, fellow faculty members and success seekers. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to share with you a sneak peek into my strategic planning retreat that I went on over spring break this semester. I'm Kimberly, a faculty member and faculty success coach on this channel. I help you find strategies and processes that work for you to succeed in academia, no matter where you're getting started. In this video, I'm going to take you on the journey with me of my strategic planning retreat. I was in a beautiful location and able to just spend time focusing on me and thinking about my plans for the future. It was a beautiful location to get away from the daily life with everything piling on top. I was able to do some work and some play and really think about the big picture and strategy for the next couple of years of my academic career. I dedicated time to things that are critical to my professional development. I read inspiring books, I went on hikes, and I did strategic planning. I also spent some time working on the ASL and Interpreter Symposium that I'm going to host in August, and I made a lot of progress that I'm super excited about. Finally, I was able to meet with my co-authors for the textbook I'm writing, which really helped me feel reinvigorated about the process and make specific action steps for things that are coming up. It was a great opportunity for me to reflect and recharge and rethink about what I'm doing coming up in the next several months and then over several years. So I hope you will enjoy coming on this journey with me to my strategic planning retreat. Oh my gosh. Good morning. I am so excited because this is the week I am doing my spring break retreat. For this year, I'm going to the lake and I'll be camping for the entire week. I am so excited. I'll have time just to focus on my things and my planning, next projects, and so forth. I am so excited. I feel like a kid getting ready to go to Disney. So now I'm going to get everything packed up that I need, check my list to make sure I bring everything that I want to work on. So that's what I'm doing this morning. Hello, now I'm at my campsite. First, I'm going to be taking the dogs for a walk, and then I'll be setting up my tent over there right behind me to be ready for my 1 week off. My family just left, so now I am alone for the week. I'm sure my family will visit, and I'm not far from home, but now I have some time to myself to think, do some work, some reading, some knitting. I brought that with me. I am so excited. All right, I thought I would just give a little bit of an update. I'm now in my tent. It's a little chilly. You see I have my headband on to keep warm. I have a really beautiful place to hang out here. So let me think about the update I want to give. So this afternoon, my family left, as I mentioned, and I sat outside for a while just looking at the lake and the wildlife. It was really nice just to sit there with my eyes closed and take some deep breaths in and out. It felt really nice to just sit for a while and be. Then I came on into the tent and I took a little nap. It was probably about 30 or 40 minutes. After my nap, I did some reading, and just a bit ago, it's maybe around 6:15 or something now, I decided to go ahead and start thinking about what I actually want to accomplish this week, what my goals are for the week. You know, sometimes you just need time to think in order to make some plans. So one thing I had been thinking about quite a bit is figuring out what I want my place to be at OSU. But today, as I was thinking about that more and thinking, what do I want? I thought maybe I should journal about that. And then I remembered I really need to think about tenure. So my place at OSU right now is tenure. And once I pass tenure, I can figure out what other position, and I don't mean job, but like how I'm going to work at OSU and provide for there. So right now, I just need to focus on my funding for my research as part of my job there at OSU. And then the other thing I'm going to focus on is supporting early career faculty in mostly interpreter education. So part of my coaching business. And really my coaching business is not business, make money. My real mission there is to support faculty. So I've decided that's my goal for this week. That means I'm going to be planning, working out some funding streams over the next little while to figure out where to get money for specific research projects, thinking about what I need to get published soon. And then I'll also be working on some business things to grow my email list. And this summer, I'm also offering a writing retreat. And a little later in the summer, at the beginning of the next semester, the fall semester, I'm going to be hosting a symposium or kind of a seminar series for some early career faculty, people who've been at the position, maybe just starting out up to about 3 years. So those are some things I have in my pipeline that are coming up. So I think for the rest of this evening, I'm going to be watching some videos related to setting up a research lab. I have a few that I have saved, so I'm going to go ahead and watch those and do some knitting while I'm watching. I'm just going to be making some washcloths, so don't need a lot of thinking involved in the knitting. So I'll kill two birds with one stone, some washcloths, and then watch those videos about a research lab. It's been a long time since I've done some knitting, so I'm excited to get back to doing that again. All right, thanks for hanging out on this journey with me, and I look forward to seeing maybe what you plan for the future. There were some bonfire and firework rebels at the lake. That was unexpected. I got a nice firework show, and luckily they didn't start a fire. All right, good morning. So yesterday I had a wonderful day at the lake, but let me tell you, last night I got a little chilly, and it's a little embarrassing saying that. I've spent plenty of night outdoors in a tent in the cold, but since I was so close to home, I thought, what in the world is the point of staying here? So anyway, I'm coming to you this morning from my home office. I'll be working on YouTube videos today, and my goal is to record the video, edit, and get it posted and ready for tomorrow. Good afternoon. So this morning I worked on developing a video. I guess it's probably posted on YouTube already by now. What was it called? So research collaboration teams and how to work with your research collaboration team. I did some research for myself and then shared it with you on YouTube. So I did that work last night, creating the script and so forth. And then I did the recording and editing this morning and posted it to YouTube. Now this afternoon, I am back at the lake. Well, this morning I needed a fast internet connection. So that's why I went home and did that recording and editing to get it posted. And now this afternoon, I'm back at the lake enjoying some lunch, having some grapes, carrots, tomatoes. Oh, they're these little small tomatoes. They are my favorite. I really love them. And then soon I'll have a peanut butter sandwich. And then the rest of the afternoon, I'm just going to spend some time at the lake with my dogs, relaxing. And I'll probably read a book as well. Look at my hair going crazy. It is so breezy and windy today. The lake is like, the water is all shoop, shoop, shoop. There are no fast boats on that lake, so it's all just wind. It is windy. Not quite as windy as yesterday. There's my big tent. I have a Taj Mahal now because I want to just sit in there and work. Well, when the sun's out, I sit outside, but in the evening when it's dark, I sit in there and stay warm. I just thought I would share a little bit about the weather here in beautiful Oklahoma. Good morning. Oh my goodness, my hair is quite the mess. It was a bit breezy yesterday, so I'm blaming it on that. So today I'm going to start planning things for the future. For example, related to the research lab that last week I started developing. I have a few ideas for funding to get that going, and I'll be applying for that funding soon. 2 different grants. One is an internal grant at my institution for an undergrad research assistant, and the other one is for an external funder. That's a much larger grant and pot of money, so that'll be quite a bit of work to get that one going. So I'm going to be thinking about how to approach that. I'm going to be writing and doing some other things like that today. Here at the campsite, my Wi-Fi is a little iffy, and of course I don't have electricity in my tent, so I'm going to go to town today I'm going to go to town today to plug in my computer for a while. I might sit at a coffee shop or a library. That's what I'm planning to do today. Right now I'm going to walk up to the restroom, and then I'm going to go to the other office and grab my coffee, or well, rather my tea. My tea is in my husband's office. I'm going to go in there and use the microwave to warm up my milk that goes in the tea. So on Thursday, I did a couple of fun things. One thing I did was work on my summit or my symposium I'm doing this summer. So I started doing some things. They're in process. I completed a bunch of things. That's a good bit of what I did on Thursday. I spent about 3 or 4 hours on it. I also met with some colleagues from a previous coaching program that I was in called Elevate with Kathy Mazak. We just chatted for about 45 minutes, caught up with what everyone's up to. And the rest of the day, I just kind of relaxed and hung out. I don't know if you can even see that rain. It's raining. It's kind of just sprinkling at the moment. Maybe you can hear the geese that are flying around. And I just realized it's after 6, so I have to go for the basketball game tip off. All right, here we are on Friday, the last day of my retreat and my planning time. I'm back in my home office this morning because I had a meeting with the grants office at OSU. We talked about how they can support me in my grant applications. I met with them for about 45 minutes, and then I spent some time scrolling on my phone. I hate to admit that. So now I'm just trying to figure out kind of what my next priorities are for today. I have a few different projects I want to work on and think about. I think what I'm going to focus on right now, though, is this article that I want to get submitted. I set a deadline for myself of submitting that on April 1st. It's actually not due until kind of near the end of May, but I'm trying to get that done. I think I'm going to focus on that article right now and try and just pull that all together as best I can. And then I'll be figuring out what to do next after that. So that's what I'm going to focus on now, is that article, and see what we can get done on there. All right, so now I'm going to jump into this article project. I've set up a new Google Doc for this article, and I have notes and draft comments in Obsidian already. So I'll just be moving those comments and ideas over into the Google Doc. The first thing I do is set up the Google Doc to adhere to the journal's specific requirements for the page setup, like the margins and removing my name from the system and so forth. I get all of those aspects set up just right. And then once I'm finished with that, I'll move some of the content over and do some revision and so forth. This is a special issue of the journal that I'm submitting to, so I have a limit of 1,000 words. Part of me feels like, oh, I should just write a regular article instead of this short 1,000 words. But my work really does fit with this issue, so I am going to go ahead and do that short article, and then I'll create a longer article. That is a different project. That's not what I'm working on today. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed for today. So that's my plan right now, is to work on this article. Saturday was really the end of my planning retreat. In the morning, I read a book about grant writing, and then I met with my co-authors for the textbook for a bit. We had a really good conversation, and then in the afternoon, I went on a hike, again on that yellow trail that I enjoyed so much. And after that, I hung out in the tent for a little while, just enjoying the surroundings and the peace and quiet and calm. And then I packed up some of the stuff from inside the tent and took them home. It was going to rain the next day and it was kind of chilly, so I just took those home. And then Sunday morning, I got up and my family and I went and took down the tent and brought it home. I was so excited to share this faculty spring break strategic planning retreat experience with you. It was a great week filled with productivity and rejuvenation for me. And I want to take just a moment to reflect on all I accomplished during the week and some final takeaways that might be helpful for you. First, an important part of every strategic planning retreat I have is a focus on self-care. I spent time reading books, hiking, knitting, allowing myself to recharge and gain inspiration from the beauty of nature and just from stepping away from the everyday. Taking care of ourselves is essential for our faculty careers that demand so much of us all throughout the year. This retreat was a reminder of that for me, and I hope that it helps you remember to take time for yourself as well. One of the main focuses of my retreat was actual strategic planning for the next several years of my academic career. So I dedicated time to brainstorming ideas, setting goals, and then making plans on how to achieve those goals. I created a roadmap for those academic endeavors that I want to achieve. And it's incredible how much clarity can come from stepping back from the everyday and getting a look at the big picture. What's your mission? What do you really want to accomplish? What's the impact you want to have on the world? And then building towards that. Another highlight of my retreat for me was working on the symposium for ASL and interpreter educators that's happening in August. This event is so important to me because I want to support you as an early career faculty member in success so that we can graduate interpreting students. When they graduate, they're ready to work and they're providing high quality services. I want to help you succeed in your career so that we can reach that goal together. And I just can't wait to see it all come together over the next several months. In addition to all that, I also made time to write an academic article. As you know, research and publications are critical parts of the faculty career because publications are the currency of academia. That's what gets you recognition. That's what gets you promotion and tenure, which can lead to pay increases. So it's really important to make sure that we're carving out time for that in our everyday lives, as well as when we take some time away to make the biggest impact on our careers. I hope that this will remind you to set aside little bits of time along the way so that you can actually make progress on your publication pipeline and get things out the pipeline and submitted for publication. Lastly, I had the opportunity to meet with my colleagues for our textbook, and it was so rejuvenating to me to meet with them to talk about some of the upcoming plans and things that we need to do and be sure that we're all on the same page. Just got me excited about it again. Overall, this faculty strategic planning spring break was a wonderful experience for me. It gave me time to focus on myself, set my strategic goals, and connect with a few other people in my life. I'm filled with renewed energy and motivation as I head back to my regular routine, which for me is tomorrow morning bright and early, but it will have already happened by the time you watch this video. Thank you for joining me on this journey behind the scenes of my retreat. I hope it has inspired you to prioritize your own self-care, strategic planning, and collaboration so that you can be successful in whatever way that looks like for you. Remember, taking time for yourself and setting clear goals are key ingredients to success in this faculty life. So until next time, keep exploring what works for you and crafting a career that you love. Also, hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more.